Salt Time Anime. My name is Jordan. Today I'm joined by Lou and Luca.
Hello.
Hello.
And today we are reviewing chapter 999 of One Piece. One chapter away from 1,000, boys. And, well, a 2-week break now. Well, the whole show jumps on a 2-week break. But the first chapter we're going to get at the new year will be chapter 1,000. But we're not here for that. We're here for 999. So, yeah, it starts off. We get the first of the teased cover page. It's been all over Twitter lately. The redone version of the chapter 100 cover page, which looks very nice so far. I wish I could get it, but overall, I'm definitely gonna use it as a fucking wallpaper when the full version comes out. I hope he sneaks something in the right side, like something funny. That would be good. But yeah, anyway, this chapter started off exactly as we said last week, as a load of people basically thought, because it was just so One Piece the way it's set up. Was it's set up perfectly for an Ace flashback, and it was a clash between Ace and Yamato. I mean, it was pretty hard, to be fair. I couldn't believe, like, jumped straight into it, and it was like we got a glimpse of some of the Spade Pirates. I mean,
yeah,
that was dope.
I wasn't expecting that.
No, yeah,
like,
it was
that they
so
were actually
good.
going to be in it.
Yeah, I mean, just from, because obviously they don't really say names there, right, or anything, but the guy, it looked like the doctor guy was one of them. It looked like he's
The
designed
teacher.
to me. Yeah, the teacher guy.
Teacher.
And then obviously you had the cat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's
I
so
think
good,
the
man.
the collector was there as well. You
Well,
know, one that forwards all the stuff.
Yeah, I was really looking out for Deuce, but I couldn't see him.
No, I didn't see Deuce in that.
No, I was looking for like the mask or a masked guy or something, but I'm like, surely you notice him. He's pretty like in all the designs we've seen of him in the novel, and also like Boichi's design. He's pretty what do you call it? Recognisable, you know.
Noticeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Maybe he has a sad fate that we don't know about yet.
shush, Luca. We don't want
Possibly.
that sad stuff. It's gonna be enough.
Possibly.
But yeah, when he's facing Yama, she seems to be a bit on. Oh, sorry, he seems to be like on equal footing with Yama, like in terms of like. So I don't know what his bounty was then, but she's got to be pretty strong if she's competing with Ace either way, like at that stage.
They're the same age, aren't they? Or
think
if he
so.
was still alive.
Yeah.
They're the same age.
Yeah,
So back then they would have, had all the same training and whatnot. So.
yeah, and
It was like a stalemate.
yeah, and as they state in the flashback as well, how like how Ace shouts at Yama about his how they have a very similar upbringing, which is what we brought up as well in our theory vid and in the last review as well. If you haven't checked it out, we've got a theory vid on how we think Ace might return in chapter 1,000. I don't know if chapter 999 has completely destroyed that.
It's no longer how, it's when.
Yes, big brains, boys. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing our kind of out there theory, then please check that out. Oh, we see the dragon, and what is it? She's already basically broke it. We find out, but but then he basically clamours it some more. Am I right? Right? Am I interpreting this right? That he basically melted the face, right? Like. When I looked at it, yeah, because like I was like, I'm not sure if this is obvious, but I was like, because as Yama said, they had already broke it, and it was like, and then I looked at the differences, and it looks like it has like a massive kind of melted face now. So I'm guessing that was Ace's doing, and he says how I'm gonna come back basically and take Kaido's head. Oh, Kaido isn't there as well. He's apparently out on an outing, which I'm sure will be brought up at some point about where he was at that point. I'm sure of that, knowing Oda. But yeah, she basically like amplifies her feelings towards Ace in terms of like how she wants to go out to sea and stuff like that, and like her whole backstory. So like, to me, it's just amplifying the fact of like the people that are like, is Yamato gonna join the Straw Hats? And I'm like, well, she's definitely gonna go out to sea. I'm sorry, like it's gotta happen now. The cuffs are gone. She said the minute they're gone, she's out of there. So I think unless something sad happens to her, I reckon she's gonna become part of the crew. Although I would feel very sorry for Carrot though. Like, but then
I would prefer. I think Carrot potentially deserves it more than Yamato.
I fully agree with that. No, definitely.
In terms of longevity, so like my, like fan canon, I guess, or head canon would be like, as the Whitebeard pirates all, re-enter the scene like Yamato potentially takes over like Ace's old Spade Pirates crew or something like that.
Yeah, I'd love that, to be fair. The Spade Pirate crew, to see them again, if they actually do make a somewhat return or something, would be very cool. And like you say, if she was the one leading them, that'd be fucking amazing. But also because of the novel and stuff, like we recognise a couple of the characters, right? Or we think we have. Like we didn't actually get them, like, you know, confirmation that those were those characters, but just based on designs. So the fact they stuck them in there.
I think Teacher has already been in it before.
Yeah.
As part of the Otama flashback, he was in it.
Yeah. I remember people pointing it out like crazy. Like, because when we searched up after we'd read the novel, there was people chatting about that. And then obviously I can't remember the name of the cat, but the cat thing's there. And I'm like, that was so
as
cool.
well, yeah.
That was so cool. And then what was that other one you were saying, Lou? The one that
he's the one who used to collect like. Yeah, he used to collect all the
he's
like
the one that
treasure
looks
and that.
like Ryuji in it.
Yeah.
He's got like the skull mask.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That skull mask has now brought it all back. No, yeah. That was sick to see. Like, just to see like them there in the flesh and stuff, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come, that you are right, and then they will make a kind of return in the story, and we'll find out what they actually done during this time. Either that or we'll never see him again. One of the two. But yeah. Then obviously after this clash and they bond, they're kind of having a drink together, Ace and Yama. And Ace, cute. That was very cute. Yeah. I loved that moment. That's probably one of my favourite moments of the chapter, to be honest. In terms of like, they it's very wholesome, and the way she's looking as he's telling them this like these stories from like his travels, and stories from all over, like the all the rumors and stuff he's heard, and that was so interesting. Like I completely forget, like, because I guess Luffy did make a name for himself in the end, because like all the Marines and that knew him when he was in East Blue, I mean, kind of thing. But the fact that, like, you know, at that point he's like already saying like, oh yeah, there's a guy called Law, there's a guy called Kid, and there's a guy called Beji in like north, south, east, west, and it's like, we
also have to remember that I think they're all older than, well, Beji definitely is, and I know Kid is. I'm not too sure about Law, but I think they're all older than Luffy.
Yeah. I would like
by a number of years.
Yeah, I would like a I want to know if like what Luffy done like to get to Sabaody at the same time as them was really quick, like in terms like compared to the others, or if it's like like they didn't set out till later. Like, yeah,
I reckon they just all took their time.
Yeah. Like
Luffy, of course, he had it in him. Like even before he got Zoro, like he wanted to go, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas I think they were probably all a bit more sensible about it. So that's why they took longer.
So yeah, I could see that.
That's just an assumption.
Yeah. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'd love a backstory on them boys, honestly, on the Supernovas, but I doubt we'll get all of them. But I'd love to see like how they're, as you said, like how they're. I'd love to see how their journeys like differed compared to the Luffy's.
To Luffy's, yeah.
Oh, and even mentioned Cavendish, right? Because Cavendish doesn't.
Yeah, he said he's a Caven guy.
Caven guy.
I was like, oh my god.
Oh man, that did make me laugh.
The fact that he was getting spoken about just proves how much of an ally he could be to Luffy.
Yeah, well, he said
that's what I was doing when I was reading that.
Yeah. That's what he didn't like, wasn't it? Like at the time, was that he did have a big name for himself, Cavendish, until like Luffy started coming about and like causing all these headlines. So no, it makes sense, to be fair. I like it a lot. I liked it a lot. I like the little reference. Maybe they're coming. I mean, the fleet's always been theorised to be coming, but nah. To be fair though,
great.
Yeah. But yeah, then he breaks my heart with the whole Luffy bit. To be fair, when he's like, you know, my brother's coming and he's gonna be like the best of the, like better than all of them, and it's like, god damn, you're right. Oh man.
Facts.
And then Yama's like, why do you ever stop talking about your brother? And he's like, no, because I'm right. And it's like, yeah, he was. But no. Then after that, we kind of come back and like, as I said before, it was quite short. We thought we'd maybe get like a full chapter's worth of a flashback. So then we cut back to the clash in the dome, which was pretty cool, to be fair. Just to see like Marco, he started to lift up Zoro, and he's told Robin and Brooke to run into the castle. So I wonder who they'll meet there. Might have to go back a few chapters. There might actually be someone in there. I can't remember. But it was interesting that he said to go there, kind of thing. I mean, like he's probably planning on going back for him, right? If he's allowed to. I mean, yeah, he's lifting Zora up, kind of thing. He never doesn't get there, but then what is it? Fucking King and Queen basically flex straight up like transform dinosaur style. That was a sick spread as well. That was dope.
Queen had sort of lost all of his subordinates as well. Like, Marco helped kill them all.
Yeah.
So
they were 50-50 whether to. Yeah. He had like Queen had like 50% of them saying like, oh, I don't want to get killed by Queen, and then the other half like, well, Marco kind of helped us, so it kind of like just made the whole like place waver a bit, like kind of thing. So, but. No, I did like that. I like how it's turning out, although we have been on this dome bit for like 4 chapters now with Marco, and he's only just lifted Zora up. So I'm wondering if something big's going to happen when we get there. Also, like, Marco just casually, like, this always does me in a bit, right? Especially with a character like Queen, okay? So Queen starts shooting at Marco, and it just kind of goes through him, because it's just bullets, right? Queen surely knows this, right? Like, unless they're like literally like.
You think he's educated enough to know that it won't work?
Unless it is actually Marco, and Marco's kind of like fluctuating, like the things himself. It's not actually like just going through him. But like Queen would know surely, unless they are like either Hucky covered bullets or like, you know, what do you call it, like sea stone. Then it ain't gonna work.
It won't have any effect.
Yeah, so it's just a bit weird to me, to be honest. And also how casual Marco seems to be about carrying Zoro up, while he now seems to have King and Queen after him, is a bit mad.
It's all light work.
Well, I'm just thinking they might still. It's because of Marco's devil fruit as well. It's probably Queen trying to overload him with so many bullets that he can't heal fast enough.
Yeah.
I'd
have to get like a better view of it, because obviously he's a big fucking dinosaur. I can't remember what the name of it was now. But
isn't it like Argentinosaurus or something?
Maybe.
I can't remember.
But like, I mean, I could get that as well if you have no other option. If, like you say, if he's already flew past them, then yeah. But like, I got the impression that he was potentially kind of like, you know, towering him, and that's why he transformed at that time. But then Marco's so quick, he probably just zoomed past him. So, but yeah, either way, like, to be fair, either way, that was sick by Marco. I mean, he's really shown up so far, but I need it. As we said before, we need a clash. King especially, but we need a clash with Marco. But then Marco has an interesting flashback where he has Ace obviously trying to convince Whitebeard to go and attack Kaido in Wano, but he won't do it at the time. But then, long story short, Marco and Izu basically say how like, we'll go with you if you ever do decide to do it. But then Ace says he said that with you two we could basically already win it. And then they ask like what's the plan, kind of thing, like why? And then we don't get an answer, and I am 100% sure we're getting an answer. And oh my god, I want to know now. That is like the thing that's left me like in the lurch the most of it, to be honest with you. Like, my mind was like going around, kind of thing. Like, I don't know. What could Ace think? Like, what makes them three specifically like really big players in that kind of thing? Like, why does he think that? Is he still taking like other people into consideration, like Yama and stuff? Like, when he's saying that?
Probably a little bit of himself as well. He reckons he's a big shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is interesting.
But yeah, I
wonder if he was potentially even, because Blackbeard was there as well.
Yeah. When he did, I was like, that's great. Oh, that's brilliant.
I really liked what Whitebeard said to Ace. And he's like, you think that you could beat someone so easily that Odin couldn't beat? Like,
yeah. Because he was like Odin's replacement, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool.
He just reinforced how respected Odin was in that like verse.
I find it so weird. Like, I'm not being fair, like, I find it so weird them like Whitebeard crew and that now chatting and like talking about Odin and stuff in terms like in front of like Ace and things. Like, it's so weird to me. But it's like obviously like he wasn't that long ago. You know, it wasn't like ancient kind of thing. No. In terms of like some of the stuff we've heard. I forget that sometimes, but Oh man, that was sick. Like that has really got me thinking. I like that little snippet a lot. Just because again, Whitebeard interaction and stuff, but also because I know a big part of the plan they're gonna hatch, like to try and take down Kaido, it's gonna be down to Ace. Like in terms, like we're gonna get like Ace involved in some way. Not him obviously physically, unless our theory is true. Big brains.
Yeah, Marco will know the Marco will know the plan.
And
Yeah.
And I reckon Luffy might not listen, but Luffy might listen if it's Ace's plan. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Maybe.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. Also, it made me laugh as well. Did you see what Marco was eating in that chapter when he was like chatting? He was straight up eating like a pineapple.
No, I think
skin and all.
Yeah.
He was straight eating skin and all. He was just chomping through a pineapple. I was like, fantastic. I was like, this man's a fucking weirdo. Brilliant. But no, that made me laugh.
Oda's aware of all the jokes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, mate, he made that one. That's the reason Luffy recognises him. Oh man, that actually made me laugh. But no, I enjoyed that bit. But anyway, I could stay on that for ages because I want to theorise about the whole Ace plan, to be honest, and like how whether it is true what we said in the theory vid about potentially Luffy getting some kind of Ace-esque form or something. Because also the fact that like they state, obviously it's obvious to state, but the fact they put it in that like Kaido never saw Ace, like even though he made that declaration and he was so angry, Kaido, he never actually met Ace.
They never actually met each other.
So like, I feel like something's potentially still lingering in Kaido's head because it's almost like something that now, because he's dead, can't be returned, right? Like he's done that damage to his place, but he can't like do anything back because he's already
can't get revenge.
Yeah. So I feel like it's probably in a way still lingering in his head. But we'll see. Again, Ace, even though he's not here, he's going to be massive in this arc, and this is like even proved it even further. I'm happy for it. But yeah, during all this as well, we have who is it? Nami escaping on Tama's lap. Luca, your theory is still in effect, you know.
I know, honestly.
I noticed this. So like, what was it? If you haven't been watching our other reviews, basically, Luca especially wants it, and it's like how her little cheek things, the not mochi, that's fucking katakuri, but the little like sweet balls thing, she can make, obviously turned the horse lady onto their side, and he really wants this to happen with Page 1 and Ulti. And I thought the dream was gone. But then Nami says in that bit, Nami says, "Oh, maybe we should go with your plan." And I'm like, if that's the fucking plan, I'm like, Luca's actually gonna go crazy.
Honestly, if Tama does this, then she's hands down the best character in the series. She's gonna go back to help her friend, the
baboon person, isn't she? Like, she's got to go back to help him. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. But yeah, so then
I'm ready. I'm ready.
And also, I might as well say now as well, because like it happens a bit later on. Like we jump back for a split second or whatever. But this is where finally Tama finds out about Luffy being Ace's brother, which is really wholesome. Her reaction, bless. Because all this time she thought he was just being ridiculously harsh about it all. She doesn't realise the connection, and then also this time Momonosuke finds out about Yama being Kaido's Kaido's kid, and then which provokes a reaction, and all of a sudden doesn't trust Yama, and then also finding out that Ace himself was one, Luffy's brother, and two, the son of Goldie Roger. So yeah, these characters,
and had challenged Kaido before as well.
Yeah, and was trying in the back to save Wano in a way, kind of thing, even though he couldn't go himself in the end. But yeah, what Yama said though is right. Like, it is almost like fate. Like, Luffy turned up them years later, like when Ace is gone, almost like as always, like carrying his will on in like.
Yeah, there's a promise that has to be kept, and you know, in order to honour Ace's character, like, Luffy has to be the one to see it all through. So, unless Ace comes back.
Unless Ace comes back. But we're not letting that theory video die. Until chapter 1000 hits. Oh my god. But Now, also, what was really interesting, unless there's something I'm missing, boys, please tell me if there's something I'm missing and that I've forgotten from the previous chapters. If so, I need to go back and reread. But then all of a sudden, she starts talking about the D, right? And what do you think she has some kind of knowledge about the D that we don't know about? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is she like beginning of sort of like law search in terms of like she might know something, or does she have the D in her name? You know, or is it just because of Ace?
Yeah, this is the thing.
Like,
when I read it first, I was like, you know, Ace would have mentioned it to her, talking about Goldie Roger, and
maybe they had that in common
he
as
already
well.
knew even, he already knew like about Luffy, so he might have mentioned it, you know, then as well. But yeah, it is gonna be. I'm waiting for a Kaido flashback, like.
Yeah, he knows a lot. Well, obviously he's gonna know a lot. Him and Big Mom.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're gonna know loads about all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, if that's the case, then of course Yama would also know all about that stuff, and then you know that would connect to Law in his search.
And after that, we basically, miss anything? No. So we basically jumped to Big Mom and Kaido, and Samurai are nowhere to be seen now. It is literally just being Mom and Kaido, kind of just sitting there eating and drinking, and like having basically a quarrel. But what was it? He basically states how, as everyone predicted, that he wants to, like, you know, drop Onigashima on the capital. He wants to completely destroy the Kazuki kind of manor, the big castle, and like basically replace it and crush it. But we find out what Kaido's fruit is, which is interesting.
Finally, yes.
Yes, fish fruit. Now this is not something I expected, if I'm being honest, boys. I mean, I
feel like it is just gonna be. I mean, it's strange because he doesn't look like a fish at all.
Oh no! It's all scaly. Like, I don't know if it's like
fire.
Yeah, and I don't know, like right. Do we? I will read back right now because I just thought of something anyway. But Momonosuke.
Maybe he. Yeah, go.
Momonosuke. He got the dragon power basically from eating that fruit in the fucking Punk Hazard, right?
Yeah, that was Vegapunk's fruit.
Yeah. Could that have been partly like potentially somewhat Kaido-esque? Like if it was if it was one of those like what do you call it? Like artificially made devil fruits. Was it kind of like an experiment for making a Kaido's fruit or something?
Potentially,
because they got the same kind of designed dragon or fish. Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, he could be like a sea snake, like a water snake.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say scaly, but then fishes can be scaly and stuff. He looks like you know, stereotypical Chinese dragon type deal kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah.
But no, that did interest me, and I'm like wondering how much more we'll get of that and his powers kind of thing. I hope we will get more. But then,
I mean, it still intrigues me with Yamato as well, like how she has horns.
Yeah,
we don't know what her fruit is or if she even has one.
Yeah, like,
you know? Yeah.
And this is what everyone's theorizing about, how like is Kaido in any way like even like we wasn't even sure if he had a devil fruit in terms of like was he just a beast like that anyway? Like was he the dragon turned into human? Have we even seen the fish form yet? Imagine if there's another form. Like, is it just something completely different? Like, because of the horns as well, you'd guess that Yamato could turn into some kind of dragon or something as well. So
you'd assume that, yeah.
You'd hope so.
So, because you know, as we said before, I think we said in the previous chapter review, she's obviously so pro Odin that anything that resembles, like, say, Kaido, you wouldn't think she'd wear, if you know what I mean. Like, if it's like, say, not needed. So you'd think they're like, you know, attached or like there. But yeah, and then
it seems almost biological.
This is it.
You know?
But the chapter then ends, but with them both stating that despite their quarrel, they're going to put it all aside and they're both going for the One Piece until they get the One Piece. So, I mean,
and there's anyone.
They've got to go. They've got to go. Like
I did like I did like how Big Mom referred to him as like a little brother.
Little bro.
Yeah. It really could be that, like, I don't know. I think it's because maybe I'm overhyping Chapter 1000 in my head because it's Chapter 1000, right? And they've all been hyping it up, you know. So unless it is like an insane flashback, unless we get like the full-on war in that thing, maybe it'll be a flashback. I just feel like something, but then again, nothing's really set up to happen that's going to be mad in Wano yet, like that mad. I mean, like in terms of like a climactic fight or anything. So maybe we'll get like Rox's identity and stuff. I don't know. Either way, I
really want to see the dynamic of Big Mom Kaido and Whitebeard under Rox.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be hilarious just to see like.
All three of them there, that's actually insane. 3 of the 4 emperors under his wing. But yeah, also with well, who knows though, but also with Oda coming out and saying that basically this year we're going to be seeing some red-haired Shanks as well. And like he
coming to Wano.
Yeah, maybe, but he basically said how like I think he'd done it last year with like Vivi or something, like about Vivi returning, like he teased it. And now this year it's Shanks. So we're going to get some answers on that boy this year. I don't know if it's going to be Chapter 1000. Knowing that madman, it literally could. You know, it could literally be like, yeah, you might get it at some point in the year. And then January 4th we get a Shanks chapter or something. But it doesn't really seem set up for that. But then he's thrown in a curveball like that before. So who knows? Also, it's interesting, like, now it's brought back the kind of matchups in my head as well of, what do you call it? Luffy potentially facing Big Mom. Because she mentions him again, like she's after that man, like she wants him, like
she won't let him just attack Kaido without getting involved.
First thing she says to Kaido, you know, oh, is he not here yet? Like this.
That was like the first, you know, before we even like get to Kaido, like Big Mum was the first, you know,
this
she
is what
had
I mean.
dibs on that boy,
she
you know, and we never got that fight because we never got that fight because back then, you know, he didn't have the is it a Ryu haki? They weren't able to even contest with her. Without, you know, BG's plan. So
oh man,
this will be like the ultimate showing of how far Luffy has come now
and how much he can do with his haki. I mean, it worries me a bit about, like, I think it was a couple chapters ago, or maybe last chapter, where he said that he's still really kind of like he's good with it, but he's still kind of learning. He hasn't mastered it, and you think, like, you know, going up against an emperor, you need to be a master of that shit because they will be.
Exactly, and there's 2, and we don't really know how far like even Kid's haki is, or we don't know where, you know, how far Marco is. On the scale.
Is he like, you know, even though he's a right hand man, does he, like, you know, destroy King and Queen in comparison, or is it like a closer match than not that we think? I'm not saying I don't really think he, like, you know, pisses on King, but you know, I don't know, man.
It's strange, it's strange. I mean, this arc is going to do a lot for all of the scales, but at the moment it feels like we need a sort of, you know, Shanks to turn up.
No, it's true.
Level things out at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, Kid and Law versus Kaido or something, but I just can't see it, man. Kaido he's flexing more and more every chapter, and it's like.
Unless the samurai get back up.
Yeah, so I think the samurai will make a return in some way, but man, he done a number on them. He done a number. So the thing is, I also just having Kaido there, like as an example, like I wouldn't trust it. Like if Big Mom wanted to fight Luffy, after seeing what happened with Odin, I would not trust that man. Like if Luffy went to finish off Big Mom or something, and Kaido knew he'd lose Big Mom as an ally if that happened, he would straight up like kick that man in the back, you know. Like he'd start doing Odin again. I think we've learned that about Kaido, kind of thing. Like if he thinks he's gonna lose, he will still pull out all the stops to win, kind of thing. Unless we get more info on that on the backstory.
You'd assume as well that Yama told Ace all about Kaido and Odin's fight, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So Ace would know that, and then he'd account for that in whatever plan he had. So
It's true.
Maybe it is Maybe it is Marco season. Who knows? Maybe he's going to wash everyone there.
If it's Marco season, then I'll be very happy.
It's time. Honestly, I'll be.
We'll take these crumbs.
Oh man, Marco, what a king, man! I really hope he gets some justice in this arc. But no, yeah, so much hype before chapter 1000, man. I mean, we've got 2 weeks now to wait to it, but no, I'm really excited for it. But I mean, what would you boys rate this chapter out of 10? I feel like chapter 1000 would be like a 20 out of 10 if I rate it 10, but I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty fucking good.
It's true.
There's a lot in this chapter.
Tough.
Might be a 10.
Yeah, it's got to be a 9 or a 10.
Yeah, 9.
Or
a 9.8.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Yeah, 9 it is.
Yeah.
I think we didn't get a lot. We got a lot of packed stuff. Like the whole Ace flashback was amazing and everything, but I guess we didn't get much of actual, like, you know, battles or anything, or like anything kind of climaxing. But
yeah.
At the same time, we got a lot of hints dropped on us, you know, and like it's crazy when you think like Oda basically come out and again reiterated that we're in the finale now, like in terms like we are in the end game of One Piece.
It's the end game.
Yeah. So a few more years, boys. I can't believe it, man. That series, it's gonna hit harder than any other series has when it's ended. Honestly, but it is what it is. We gave it a 9 out of 10. But if you've enjoyed this video, please drop us a like. Let us know what you thought of the chapter in the comment section below. We have other reviews and other reactions on the channel. We also had an Ace Theory vid where we spoke about not just the Ace Theory, but also what we think chapter 1000 could potentially happen in chapter 1000. Obviously, that was pre-chapter 999, but a lot of the theories and stuff there could still kind of work out. So if you're interested in any of that, then please go over there and let us know what you think of the theory and our other theories and what could happen in chapter 1000. Well, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video and we hope to see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.